a package was stolen. It is not known to us what is in the package, just that it is stolen from Japan and Ross wants it returned.
You know what they're carrying?
That is classified per the White House.
Of course it is.
Red Wing's picking up hostages inside. I'm going in.
Negative. The package is the priority.
Have the SEALs track down the package. I'm on the hostages.
President Ross needs Sam to get it back, because if they don't get it back, they can't make a deal, which this deal is left very vague.
Coming up on the end of my first 100 days, Layla. They're gonna define me. This treaty's gotta work. Hello?
Mr. President, the mission was a success.
All right, fill me in.
Cap and the SEAL team saved the hostages. The package is secure and en route to the U.S.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's my great privilege to host you at the White House on this historic evening. When the celestial mass emerged in the Indian Ocean, we did what we often do. We squabbled over it. Countries rushed in to claim it as their own, setting up research facilities to exploit its resources. What was found inside that island is nothing short of the discovery of the millennium. Its potential applications in tech, in medicine, in defense are immeasurable. It's even more indestructible than vibranium. And it's not controlled by an isolationist nation.
Ross reveals this new thing that's going to unite the nations across the globe. Apparently, that stolen cargo is adamantium.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you adamantium.
Wow, shocking. We haven't heard about that since... a while. Yeah, it almost makes me wonder about that timing of the third Deadpool movie. I was very confused, needless to say, because as someone who is a movie lover, I did watch all the X-Men and Wolverine movies, and I know that some of y'all are judging me now. And out of all of those, only 2 people who use adamantium is the Samurai and Logan. And last I checked, neither of them are affiliated with the Avengers. So as we know, adamantium is very rare and strong, and that it's from outer space.
Tell him this rock is more valuable to me than his life. Ask him where he found it.
Ediebe, eh? Osirio Kwate. Cozy, hey, Cozy.
Says it came from the sky.
Tricky thing about adamantium is that if you ever manage to process its raw liquid form, you gotta keep it that way. Keep it hot. Because once the metal cools, it's indestructible.
So how did multiple countries find more? I'm so glad you asked. Do you guys remember that movie called Eternals? That was 2 hours of nothing but build-up for a fight scene that lasted 10 minutes? Well, surprise! If you didn't see Eternals, spoiler warning, Earth is a giant egg. Yes, a giant egg that had a giant god baby in it. That god tried to hatch, and the Eternals killed it, because it would kill the Earth. The Earth would explode. But they were unable to stop it completely from hatching, and so its head and hands are halfway out of the water, in just the middle of the oceans. Apparently when this baby died, it turned into adamantium, which I don't remember the Eternals ever explicitly stating that that would happen. But maybe I forgot, it was a while ago.
The first and only refined sample was stolen from a Japanese mining site, but happily it's been recovered and is in a secure location. And we have two incredibly brave men to thank for that. Joaquin Torres and our own Captain America, Sam Wilson. What we do next with this discovery will determine how history judges us. If we ratify this treaty, together we can produce enough adamantium to fairly and equitably distribute it around the world. No nation will be left behind.
Sit down.
So now Earth has a surplus of adamantium, to say the least. So now you've had to have at least seen the Hulk movie, Eternals, and Falcon and Winter Soldier show to comprehend what's going on. Apparently, though, in his little speech before it all hit the fan, he said that it was the most versatile material on Earth and the nations want to distribute it to everyone across the world because everybody wants a chunk of it, basically. Ross, unfortunately though, gets interrupted when everybody starts shooting at him. I personally don't understand what that means though. The metal is unbreakable unless melted, but it's also heavy. So unless you are making houses out of them in Tornado Alley, I'm not entirely sure what use adamantium has other than weapons. I don't imagine humans would use it to build railroads. Oh god, I hope not. It'd be a waste. This new adamantium concerns me though. We all know Marvel is allergic to movies that don't connect to anything else. So I start to wonder, does this mean the X-Men are finally coming to the MCU? I mean, Logan literally just got sent to the main timeline, and canonically Deadpool does exist in the MCU timeline, which is made clear in the newest Deadpool movie. And we already know that X-Men exist in the Deadpool movies, so TLDR, are the X-Men finally coming? Now, I know what you're thinking. If the X-Men exist in this timeline, why didn't they help the Avengers in any of the past world crises? Simply, they hate them. I would not be opposed to the X-Men coming to the MCU officially, but they would have to do a lot of fudging of where they were in the majority of stuff. I mean, Marvel doesn't even refer to Wanda as a mutant. They said she's just a girl with weird powers who became stronger because she talked to a rock from outer space.
So, little orphan Wanda got up close and personal with an infinity stone that amplified what otherwise would have died on the vine. The broken pieces of you are adding up, Buttercup.
But she's also actually just doing witchcraft. She's actually never been a mutant.
You have no idea how dangerous you are. You're supposed to be a myth, a being capable of spontaneous creation. Here you are. This is chaos magic, Wanda. And that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
That is something I would like to talk about, but I will not get into it right now. Anyways, all the men are shooting at Ross. I'm thinking, oh, he's about to do, like, the Hulk thing, but it would be way too early, right? I think this was supposed to make the audience believe this was all part of some conspiracy to stop the president from spreading adamantium because he's evil or something. But that's the best I got. Was the reason we never got to hear Ross's plans for the adamantium because it's going to be revealed later? It's a front for something more sinister, perhaps? But Stearns let slip that there is something coming and that we are not ready for them.
This world you would die to save. It's coming. I've seen it in the probabilities, seen it plain as day. All you heroes protecting this world. Do you think you're the only ones? Do you think this is the only world? We'll see what happens when you have to protect this place from the others.
But we don't know what that is. But they're coming from space, we think. And it says at the very ending, Captain America will return. but it doesn't say in what, which means they don't want to reveal that movie to us, or they don't know what that movie's going to be for fear of spoilers, or they just really don't know. That said, though, I do think they will bring the X-Men into this, because if this is following along the lines of the alien race that did a whole thing with the X-Men, and the X-Men had to prove, like, humans and mutants are fine, and Charles, like, marries one of them, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be very wrong. And he erases the X-Men's memories of it ever happening. I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!